welcome to Flosstube number 18. You might be a slight bit slanted, but bear with me, bear with me. Last week I actually tried to get this phone right to stay in my stand and it kept pinging out and flying on the floor. So I'm just hoping the same thing doesn't happen today. At least one thing, we haven't got the light literally blaring in my face like it was last time. First thing before I'm going to go into this Flosstube video is, how's everybody handling the heat? I'm not. I really am not. It's too hot. It really is too hot. I don't want to sound like an ogre, obviously, with the warmth, but I just don't handle it too well at all. It just feels too warm. Too warm. If you can bear with me, I'm going to bring you down just a little bit, because I never seem to get my thing just right. So, yeah, thing just right. You get that, don't you? I bet you get that a lot on Flosstube videos. Yeah, that is a lot better. I feel like slightly better, more at angle now. If you hear anything in the background, we've got my husband. We're joined with Son and Crow Angel Lewis, Crow Angel Gaming, if you're a gamer, and he's sat in his chair in front of the TV. And what is it you're doing?
Desperately trying to prove her intelligence by remembering what it is I'm working on.
He's working on... He's working anyway. Yeah, he's working on something. So, what have I got to show you today? I haven't got any finishes, but I've got some new starts, couple of new starts. I've got a little bit of haul, and I've got a bit more of get to know your needleworker, because a couple of weeks ago I had a search through all the questions on the tag get to know your needleworker, and I copied down quite a lot that I could actually talk about in my videos, and last week I spoke about a few. So I've got my drink here. If you haven't got a drink, I'd advise you really go and get one. In this heat you really need it. What date is it today? Do you know? I don't know. It's Thursday and it's June. I know that for much, but the date I really don't know what it is. That's good, isn't it? Great start to the day. Yeah, for obviously you won't know yet because I haven't spoke to you. I've got a job. I recently got a job. It's only as bank staff. I'll start, well, I don't know when I start. I've got to have my CRB checked, but it's mandatory for jobs. But yes, and obviously with being bank, I thought I can work around my children with that, which is perfect. So we'll get into it. Shall we do the new starts first? Right, we'll do the new starts. Now, one of my new starts, what I wanted to do, because I wanted to, oh, we've got a progress as well, don't forget the progress. I wanted to do something in between the main stitch that I'm doing at the minute, and a lot of you may know that the main stitch that I'm doing is Pinocchio, which I'll show you in a minute when I get that out. But the other start that I'm doing is, I started it a couple of nights ago because I wanted to stitch something in bed, and I couldn't sleep. I didn't feel like working on my bigger project because I like to have my setup, well, I call it a setup, but I like to put my feet on the settee, the recliner chair. It's the heat, by the way. So I usually sit on the recliner chair for that, and yeah, you may hear my husband trying to get his penny worth in. So yeah, I wanted to do something in bed, so I picked this design. You may have seen it in one of my haul videos before. It's by Buffy Threads, and it is the Fairy Tale series, and it's the Peter Pan one. I just wanted something quite simple to do for when I was sat in bed, so I had a rummage through where I've got, which is quite a lot, by the way. So I just... Are you being cheeky again? Tell him, go on, tell him he's only over there. Go on, go on. But yeah, I wanted something simple to do, so I thought I'm gonna pick out my Peter Pan series. At least there's only 2 colours in that. There's the black and metallic silver. So I thought really you can't go wrong with that when you want to do something simple. It's done with just DMC thread and the fabric is dyed in the background. And I haven't got very far on it. Yeah, I have not got far on it at all because I mainly use this. I stitch this when I'm either, like I said, when I'm sat in bed or my son was in the bath the other night, and because he likes to have a little play in the bath, and obviously I don't like to leave him alone in the bath because he's still young yet, so I took my stitching in the bathroom. Yeah, what many mothers do that. I took my stitching in the bathroom while he was in the bath, and I just did a bit, little bit there. Yeah, it's not very much at all. I've got it on my stand as well. This stand I got from, if you didn't get to watch my previous video, I got this one from the retreat I went to recently in June. Thank you to Teresa Little Stitcher for the stand as well. Yes, so that is all that I've done on there at the minute. I have not done very much at all. It's Wendy's legs, Wendy's feet that I've, well, it's Wendy's foot I should say, because I've only done 1 foot. So yeah, that's all that I've done at the minute. If you are into simple things or you just want something simple to do, then I really do recommend the Buffy Threads Fairy Tale series, because it's so simple for when you want something little and you don't want to concentrate a long time or something, so just go ahead and do it. So yeah, that is all I've done on that. That is the fabric that I've got. This one is slightly thicker to the last one that I did, the Buffy Threads, because the material that I had with the other Buffy Threads Fairy Tales with the witches, well, the pumpkin house that you might have seen in my in a previous video, the whole of the fabric was dyed. You didn't have this white bit here, the whole lot was dyed, but it was also very thin as well, where this one, it's just that it's like dyed there and it's quite thick, so I haven't got a problem with that. I was just mentioning it. As you can see, I've got my needle minder there, the courtesy of Lisa S Stitches. Go and check her out, she's another Flosstuber and she was the retreat as well. And what my needle minder said is, because she actually makes needle minders, and I purchased this one from the retreat I went to, and I saw this one and it said, if I die, please don't let my husband sell my stash for how much I told him it cost. As soon as I saw that, I thought, I've got to get that. That is so me, as my husband will probably perch in now and say so. But yeah, that is definitely me, so I thought, I've so got to get that. So yeah, that is one of my recent starts. Another start is, I started this last night because I went to work. I thought yesterday, right, yesterday evening I'm going to work hard, I'm going to concentrate on my Pinocchio design. With the heat I couldn't even concentrate. I sat on the chair and I was soaking wet through, and the sweat was just, it was nasty, it wasn't nice, and I was too uncomfortable to even manage to concentrate on my main design, the Pinocchio. So I went up to bed, which is early for me, which is probably normal time for some people, at 10, and I couldn't sleep in bed, so I decided to get a little design out. I thought, let's use some mind therapy here. I thought if I stitch something Christmassy, and Christmas is associated, a lot of the times it can be associated with snow and cold, so I thought if I stitch something Christmassy, maybe it might help me feel a little bit cooler. It really have. What?
Whack job.
Whack job. Do you know what it means? It didn't have that effect. Yeah, it didn't have that effect, but I enjoyed starting it. Yeah, I think my husband's going a bit round the bend. I didn't do much on it. I can't show you the chart, but that is what it looks like. It's done with DMC threads as well. It doesn't use that many colours either, so all that I've done is I've separated the colours and I've put them into tiny little bundles like that, because I thought Save getting a big card out and that, because there's only a couple of colours, and I thought I might as well just keep them in small bundles. So that's what I did with the colours. This is how far I've got with it. I did do a little bit of it this morning, but not much. Do you like it? Yeah, it's tiny. It's just a teddy bear that I'm starting to do. You can't see the teddy bear yet. It is outfit. You can see my little needle minder there. It's Alice in Wonderland. That's one of my smaller needle minders, so I thought I'd use a small one on that. So yeah, it's done 14 count aider as well, just a small bit. It feels quite thick, feels a bit slightly plasticky, like canvas, but it's not canvas, it is like normal aider, but that's how far I've got with that one. And it's good for when I feel like stitching, but I feel like stitching something small with a heat. You don't always feel like you're stitching on your larger designs, do you? I know I don't, so that's where I've started with that one. When I finished it, I've got a little ornament thing frame to put it in there to hang it off the tree as well. So obviously when I finished it, I should just put it in there and put it away for Christmas, and I can put it on the tree at Christmas time. Now, a couple of other starts and whips I'm working on. It's not necessarily cross-stitch related, but if my title of my channel isn't a big giveaway, The Beauty Crafter, I love anything to do with makeup. I'm not going to show any makeup in the video. And I love different sort of crafts. So I've been crocheting as well. A few of you might know about it as well, because I know there's a crochet group. There's a few cross stitchers that have done like a crochet group as well, and I'm in the crochet group. So I've done a little bit, and by the way, we're going on to whips now. Yeah. So this, like the little commentary in the background. This is what I'm doing at the minute. I've put it in this bag, this sealable bag, because I've run out of wool at the minute to do this. So, and I do need to make it that little bit bigger because it's a little bit small at the minute, because I'm doing it for my daughter. I'm doing just a little blanket, holding it the right way around would help, wouldn't it? So I'm just doing a little blanket. That's how far I've got. I'm using the Candy Swirl wool, and I think that has turned out pretty damn well, because it's just one ball of wool and it's got different colours in it, and it gives it that, it looks like I've added different colours onto it, doesn't it? But I haven't. That is done in one wool, and I think it's Style Craft candy wool that I've used. But obviously I've ran out of the ball of wool, but that is a little bit, it is a bit small at the minute to put on my daughter's bed, so I do want to carry on with it, but I need to get another ball of wool for that at the minute. So that is my crochet project. Get me words out. I am doing a knitting project as well, because I also do a little bit of knitting, not all the time, but I thought it's something different, so I started something for my daughter as well. I went in a craft shop and I saw this cardigan. I'll get the chart out. I saw this cardigan for my daughter, and it isn't an actual chart. I can show you the front picture. This is what the cardigan is. And when I saw that, I thought that is going to look so cute, because my daughter, in that picture, that girl looks like a redhead, doesn't she? But she's actual blonde. I thought my daughter's a proper redhead, so that'll look gorgeous on her. It'll look so cute. And the pattern is really, really simple as well. It's just basically stocking stitch and rib. If you're not familiar with knitting, then you may be a bit unsure, but if you are a bit unsure and you're curious, just leave a comment below and I'll tell you what they are. This is how far I've got with it. Not very far, but I went to a knitting group yesterday at a craft shop in my local town, and it's the first time I went to that particular knitting group, because I wanted to try it out. I usually go to the library of a Tuesday, And you don't have to knit, you can do cross stitch as well, but because of concentration purposes I'll take some knitting, which I stuffed up on one of the lines anyhow, so it defeats the purpose. But that is how far I got. I did the rib bottom at the bottom of the cardigan. This is the back that I'm starting on, and I'm just doing stocking stitch there. So I didn't get very far with it, but I got far enough. And the wool that I'm using is Rascal, and it's double knitting Cedar Snuggly. It's really nice wool, that is. You can use any types of wool now with knitting, especially if you're just practicing, but I really do. It's a little bit that more expensive, that Cedar wool is, but I like it. It's definitely worth it. So, and I'm looking about, and I forgot to put my knitting pattern back in my bag. This bag, by the way, guys, my husband on Valentine's Day, he brought me a Disney colouring by numbers this year, because I love adult colouring as well. And it came in this gift bag, and the first thing I said when I got the book is, obviously I love the book, but I said, I love that bag. That bag would do perfect as a project bag, and it is brilliant, so I tend to use that for my knitting. So the other, do you want to see my Pinocchio? Yeah, I'll just have a quick drink first. I'm not thirsty, can you tell? I really do apologise if drinking juice is not always what you want to see on a video, but talking, you need to have a drink. So that is what I'm filling myself up with. So my other project that I'm working on, I will take it out the Q-snap because I'd like you to see it. This is a Pinocchio that I showed you in my recent video. Now, I did join a challenge in one of the groups for June, for the month of June, and if you do hear something in the background, somebody's up there. My husband's answering it though. I've lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Yes, I joined a challenge for the month of June, and it was basically to get 3,000 stitches in. I got my 3,000 stitches in. I was absolutely chuffed to pieces, and we've got a big pole, and what on earth is that? Oh yeah, it's a frame. Yeah, it's a frame. I couldn't think what that was. But yeah, I got my 3,000 stitches in. Now that, to some it may not seem a lot, but to me it was a lot, because I never get to do, well, I never seem to do stuff like that. But I actually managed to do it. If you remember in my last video, I think I just finished one page, I think. This is how far I've got on my Pinocchio at the minute. It is coming on really well now, isn't it? From when I started, I just love that. I'm still not altogether happy with the white patches coming through, but it's livable. It's starting to look really nice now. I'm becoming really pleased with that. I love it. I really do love it. I was becoming short of one colour, which was 820, which is a blue colour, but I managed to get some yesterday from the craft shop, so that is how far I'm coming on with that. I'm just loving it. And because I was joining the challenge last month, I was invited to take part in another challenge for the month of July, which is run by Donna Murray, and it's to get through, how many? So 7,500 stitches, and I'm struggling to get this back on the Q-snap. Oh my god, I've got a mark on my fabric. But yeah, I entered the challenge for 7,500 stitches. Whether I manage to do it, I don't know yet. I hope I do. But you never know, I may do. So I'm going to work solid on that to try and get it done. Obviously things are a little bit different because I got my job now, but like I said, it's only banked, so there's not that many shifts a week with it. So I'm just clipping this back onto the Q snap, trying to get it straight round, and then we can carry on with the video. Right, bear with me for just a minute. I'm just getting my frame, my Q snap cover back on it. I probably should have just done this after the video. I never do things by hand like that. God, I'm sweating already. I've been, you can't believe it, this morning I had a wash, had a wash, put my makeup on. By the time I finished having a wash, I had to dive in the shower again. I was that hot. Oh, that'll do for now. Yeah, I was that hot, so that is what I'm working on at the minute. Right, purchases. We'll do purchases next. The first thing that I want to show you is, because I forgot to put this in the last video, is my needle minders. I've stuck them in the top of my tin there, because this is just an odds and sods tin that I use. I just put my different things in, like marker pens. I've got my collection of needle minders that I've brought myself. And I've also got a couple of needle minders there that I've stuck on the lid. These ones I got from Lisa S Stitches as well. This one is, I'll just take that off there. It's I'm in therapy and sewing is cheaper than a psychiatric. There, so I'll pick that one as well. My other needle minder, which I can't remember if I showed you this in my last video, it says Mad Stitches Crew Retreat June 2018, because I thought you've got to have a memento from your first ever retreat. Talking of which, I'll tell you in a minute. Huh? Segway. Anyway, I got another one and it says, I can't adult today, please don't make me adult, because that's how I feel most of the time. I never want to adult, I always want to be a child. And I got a frame as well, a big like stand middle frame. I found it difficult though to try and use with my Q snap, because I could clip it on, but whenever I was trying to move it to put the stitches in, and to cut the thread off, I found that my fabric was becoming loose, so I just took it off. So I'm actually using it for my charts at the minute. If you just bear with me, that has just come in the post, by the way. Just bear with me. It is just here. It is just here. Bear with me for a minute. Whoops, you might see my backside there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a frame that I brought. I got this from a local craft shop.
You'll do anything for subscribers.
Did you hear that? It's cheeky, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of these. I was a bit unsure of what kind of frame to get. I know I wanted a floor one, because I basically wanted something to put my frame on to save me holding it in my wrist, but I didn't end up using it for that long for the actual frame, because my Q snap just didn't fit right
you hold
into
stuff
it.
in your wrist?
I meant hold stuff in my hand, because my wrist hurts. So I'm going to get you to say hi at the end. So
Ew.
I'm actually using it for my chart at the minute. I can't hold it round the other way, because obviously we're not allowed to show charts. But I've been holding it, so what I do is when I'm stitching, I'll put this in front of me like that, and I'll just look at the chart while I'm stitching it. It comes in really handy for that. And it's an adjustable one as well that you can bend and turn. I got this from £25 in my local craft shop. Believe it or not, it was actually, that was a sale price, that was, because this was an display one. The only thing is, I don't know if it's just me. I have tried tightening it up, but it does become a bit loose sometimes. It keeps dropping and bending, and sometimes I have a bit of a problem trying to get it right. It's probably tightening, as my husband's just doing the tightening thing. So yeah, so that is where I got. But because my frame didn't go right with it, my Q snap, she said I could use it, but I didn't feel it was right for that. So just prop you right there. So I ordered a proper wooden frame for it, and by the looks of it, it's just come. what I mean is when I say a proper frame, because my husband's giving me that look now as if to say, what the hell? The frame, what I meant by a frame is it's one like this. That one. Husband, just that one, don't worry. And I got it for £3 and £3 postage. He's gone back to his game now. I'm going to have to put it together though, obviously. I'm not going to take it out because obviously it's not put up together, and you know what a frame looks like. So, there
Your unboxing
is that. How can I do it? People won't want to see an unboxing of a pole. Besides, I've got to do my needlework tag yet, so what other, did I get anything else? Oh yes!
Oh God.
I'm forgetting one of the main things. Yes. In my previous video, I do apologise if this is going over 25 minutes now, but I hope you like long videos. If you don't, then I really do apologise because it's going to be long. If you remember, I mentioned in my previous videos that I like diamond painting. Well, I still do like it. The only problem is, because I've mentioned in my videos as well, sometimes my back decides to go a bit funny. And it's like I get this pain in the middle of my back. It doesn't always affect me. Sometimes it does. I get it in the middle of my back and my lower spine. It depends if I'm leaning forward for a long period of time. And I found with when I did diamond painting, I'd only be working on it for 10 minutes and my back just used to go. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. It used to affect my back a lot. So I thought, because I had quite a few kits, and I thought, well, I can either wait and eventually do the kits, or I can sell the kits and get something towards my stitching that I'll make use of, that I'll actually use. So I did that instead. I have still got 2 or 3 diamond painting kits that I've been working on. So I thought, I'm not altogether losing out. I'm not selling every single one. So if I'm going to get something that I'm going to make use of. So I had a drink of my juice first. And then I had the decision to sell them. So I sold them. And I got something that I'll make use of. I have wanted these for a little while now. What the hell? It's alright.
sad violin music.
Oh, sad violin music. Yeah, I had to get rid of my diamond painting because of my back. No, it's alright. I've got something a whole lot better. Now, I've wanted one of these for a while because I've seen them before. But when I went to the retreat in June, there must have been about 6 people that had these project cases. And I thought it'll come in handy for future retreats. And I thought, because I like all different crafts, not just cross stitch, I like knitting as well, I had different little bags everywhere, all over the place. You can ask my husband, Willie. He'll tell you, he'll vouch for it. And I thought, why not get a proper project bag with the money that I sell the diamond painting kits for? So I did. I got one of these, one of the gorgeous project bag craft cases, and I'm so glad it comes in so handy. It's fairly big as well. So I've actually got all my stitching in that. Well, I say all my stitching, not every single project. I've got the project I'm working on, my Pinocchio. I've got my knitting project in there. I've got my little other cross stitch, my mini one. I've got the crochet in there. What?
Why we women, is it always about size?
Size. Well, the bigger the better, isn't it? Yeah. What?
Well, you just killed the combo.
Well, if it's not the bigger... No, I could say some more into this, but I really don't want to. Not on a Flosstube video. Yes. I might as end up calling it sex tube instead.
Why not? Mechanic can get away with it.
Yes, anyhow. Yeah, I've got one of those craft bags and they come in so handy. They're not the cheapest. But they got different pockets and everything in it. I don't want to lower you down just in case I'd end up dropping my phone. But it's got like these little handy pocket purses as well. I've got my crochet hooks in there because what I've been able to do with these different pockets, I've got one on the lid which I've got all my things like pens, pencils, scissors in. I've got this one with my crochet hooks. I've got another one with my knitting materials like my stitch holders and things like that. And they've got zips in and everything. I've got this one here, which is my spare, well, say my spare, it's my stock up bits of DMC floss for my Pinocchio project, which I'm able to keep in there. I've got everything. I've been able to fit most things in here. I've got knitting needles in the side. In the front here, the front pocket, I would show you, but I can't bend you down. In my front pocket here, I've got a little thing there that I'm going to put my ribbons in. I've only got one ribbon at the minute, which is stitched with love. I think my husband's going a bit funny. I've got another little one here, which I'm keeping my buttons in. I brought those buttons ages ago, but I've just never used them yet. I've got some more buttons to go in there, and I've got another one with some more knitting stuff. So that is...
You got some other chocolate buttons in the fridge?
Yeah, other chocolate buttons. They're the daughters. So that is what I got, and I'm really glad that I got it. Even though the diamond painting kits were some nice ones, I'm glad that I got this. Because I can use, like I said, I can use it for stitching retreats in the future. Which...
Segway.
Get to the good bit. I had to get that screen in there. I was on a few stitching retreat waiting list for a little bit. I was on a waiting list for Glasgow and the Yorkshire one, and I was on the waiting list for Crewe one. Obviously, I'm not going on every single one because I can't afford it. But last week, a couple of days ago, a space come available for the Crewe in February. And I'm on it! Sorry. So, if you're going to the Crewe retreat in February, put the comments below. Let me know if you're going or not. Let me know if you're a YouTuber or an Instagrammer as well. And I shall follow you. I will literally stalk you now until the retreat.
Unfortunately, she's not joking.
No, if you are on Instagram or YouTube, then leave your name down below and I will check you out if I'm not already following you actually on YouTube or Instagram, because I am following a couple of people. And as well, there's another Crewe retreat in June and I'm on that one as well now. So I'm so looking forward to that. I really, really am.
So am I, because I get the house to myself.
Yeah.
Well,
I only had to ask my husband once. I said, husband, can I go on the stitching retreat? He's like, yeah, so, brilliant, then you go. So I'm on the two stitching retreats now and I'm so happy.
It's the only time I can actually get the house without piles of cross-stitch stuff everywhere.
Craft stuff, yeah. That is actually true. That is true. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased to be going on those retreats, and I'm so pleased to be seeing people and meeting people as well that I haven't met before, and also seeing other people as well.
Breaking coffee machines.
I didn't break the coffee machine.
You brought a tea machine.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you a quick story. It's not going to take long, and then we'll go into the tags. First retreat, I don't know if I mentioned it in my last video. If you are watching this and you did go to the last retreat, well, while you was all sitting in that room, when I arrived to the retreat, I kind of dropped my bag off. Then I went to use the coffee machine outside. I might have told you some of this. Well, while you was all talking and stitching, I was having a fight with the coffee machine outside. No, I went to press it. I'd never used a big one before. And that sounds totally wrong.
Yes, it does.
So I got my travel mug and I put it under the knob thing.
This is getting worse.
where the coffee comes out of. Ow! I got a stitch. Do you get it? I pressed the button and it wasn't the right knob thing that I put my mug under. The coffee started coming out the knob thing at the side and going all over the place. This was while you was all stitching, by the way. And it was coming all over the place and I was like, oh shit, what's happening? Coming up. Shut up! So I was there.
Jesus, what kind of tube is this?
I'm literally crying now. I was there trying to shove my mug under the proper part where all the coffee was coming out, and then figured out that my mug didn't fit underneath it. So then I actually, when I decided to use my brain properly, I thought, why don't you get one of those plastic cups, paper cups, and put one of those on. It's plastic, not paper, else the coffee would just go through. Plastic cup. So I put the plastic cup under, and by the time I actually figured out how and when to do that, the coffee had finished coming out. And I was talking to my husband about this. He's like, oh my God, you've only been there for 2 minutes and you're breaking the joint already. I didn't break it, to be fair. And the coffee didn't go all over the floor, it went in the tray. So if when you was actually on the retreat, on the Friday you went out and there was lots of coffee in the tray and you're thinking, who the hell did this? It was me! It was me! I did it! I promise I won't do that next time. Now I know how to use it. Knowing my luck, I'll probably change the machine. So yeah, anyhow, now I had to tell you that story. I was going to do this little bag that I was gifted, but I might save that for another video because we're already 36 minutes. I'm sweating and I've got to get the bus later. So we're going to do the last bit of the tags. I think it's the last bit, to get to know me a little bit more.
As if they haven't already throughout this video.
Yeah, you probably know them most of me by now. They're accident prone.
And she's a nymphomaniac.
Sorry, they didn't need to know like this. Right, anyhow, the next set of questions. I don't think I did these ones in my last one, so we'll go with these. I've actually written them down now. So, first question, the get to know me tag. How did you start, or who introduced you to cross stitching? Well, quite a few years ago, I'm making myself sound really ancient. When I was 22, I started looking after, I worked in the care home and I started doing a little separate bit of care for this lady. And she used to tapestry and cross stitch. Well, she asked me if I could sort out a few of the cross stitches. Well, she asked if I could sort some things out for her, and we come across this tapestry and cross stitch, and she said because she couldn't do it anymore, she asked if I wanted to have a little go on it, if I wanted to do it. So I said yeah, that was great, because I thought a nice little hobby for me to do in my spare time. So I had a go, and I loved it from there. I did the tapestry and I brought my first ever cross stitch, which I haven't got with me at the minute, and I actually did it. I took to it. I absolutely loved it. Basically, it was that woman that introduced me to cross stitch. I found that it was something that I just took to just like that, and I really did enjoy it. So I've been stitching since I was about 22. I have had a couple of breaks here and there, but then I carried on. So question number 2, do you have a favourite theme or designer? I have not got a favourite designer as such, but I do have quite a few things. I do like a few things. I like geometric designs. I like full coverages. I do partial coverages as well. I like that buffy threads. I love things colourful. I don't like backstitch. I hate backstitch. Not everyone will agree with me, but some of you might. I just don't like backstitch at all. I love Disney themed. As you can tell, I'm doing the Pinocchio. I've recently started looking at Heaven and Earth designs as well, and I really do like the look of those. I haven't stitched any yet, but I have got a couple of designs, Heaven and Earth, which I'm tempted to try out soon, but I need to do a Titanic one after that. So number 3, what floss brand do you use? I have used different floss brands. I've used Anchor, I've used cheaper floss brands, but my preferable floss brand to use is DMC. DMC, you can't go wrong. I love it. I just really do love it. I tend to find with the cheaper floss brands, they're okay, but they seem to knot quite quickly and easy. I don't know if any of you find the same thing, but with me, that's how it works for me. They just seem to knot easy. So my DMC is the definite floss I go with. What is your fabric choice? Now, I can't really say much here because I've only really used 14 count Ada, but I have recently got at the retreat, I got some 28 count even weave that I'm going to have a go on for my larger projects. So I will get there, I just haven't been quite brave enough to use different types of fabric. Excuse me. Sorry. Different types of fabrics just yet.
I don't think I need to know any more about you after that.
No, yeah, I'll burp as well. So, do you use a needle threader or are you a floss licker?
I'm leaving.
I'm a floss licker. Yeah. I've tried needle threaders, but I just tend to lick my floss. Yeah. Next question. What kind of stitching frame do you use? Well, you know that I use so it's not quite a Q-snap, it's an R&R frame, or I use my circular frames. I have got the stand, which I'm going to try that bigger frame on. So I'm going to try that. So how many projects have you finished? Oh my god, I really cannot remember. From the age of 22, I really don't know. I can't remember.
She's got more whips than she's got finished.
I have not.
Yeah.
I have not. I have not. I've got 3 stitching whips. I should call this, involve my husband in on the videos.
Nope.
He says no. I'm going to drag him in a minute. So yeah, I can't really remember how many projects I've finished. I know I've finished a couple. The most one that I've done at the minute is the Titanic one that you've seen in my one of my first videos that I did for my dad. It's actually up on the wall at the minute. Obviously not there because it would be invisible. It's over there. So yeah, I really can't answer that question. I finished a couple. Anyhow, how many completed works do you have currently displayed in your home? I have one. I have one currently displayed. I have a couple of finishes. No, tell a lie, I've got a couple framed. I've got the Titanic up there. I've got a little teddy bear, the one that I did for my daughter, which is over there that needs putting up at the minute. That's framed. There's a... Oh, I've got one on the stairs, which is a wedding one that I did when me and my husband was engaged, before we got married. And there's a postman pat one in my son's bedroom at the minute, but I have also got a couple of projects that I keep in this little bag that I really need to get framed and put up. So, number 9, do you do more stitching for gifts or keep them for yourself? I have done a couple of stitching for gifts. I quite like them doing for gifts, but here's the big but. If I was doing a stitching for a gift, it'd have to be for somebody's birthday in about 2 years' time.
Yeah.
Because it does take me quite a while to stitch, because I'm a slow stitcher, but it's because I like my stitching quite good. I'm just a slow stitcher. Yeah, but yeah, I have kept quite a few for myself. Saying that, it's like the Titanic, that was for my dad. My dad did have it, but unfortunately when he passed away, I take it back. I didn't pinch off it. I'm just thought I wanted to keep it back as a memento for my dad, so I keep it on the wall now. and I'm going to keep one more and then we're going to leave it because we're up to 45 minutes nearly. So the last question is, what is your favourite project or finish you are most proud of? Now, the most favourite project that I finished is, of course, it's the Titanic picture for my dad. I have done lots of projects that I've done before that I'm proud of that I like, but the one that I'm most proud of is that one. It took me 3 months to do, and I will show you. My husband has kindly got it down. This one took me, you may have seen this in a previous video if you got to watch it, but if you didn't, here it is. This is one that I did for my dad's 60th birthday a few years ago, about 9 years ago. It took me 3 months to do, and I framed it myself. Not bad, is it? Not bad. It's just a basic frame that I used. I don't ask me where I got the frame from because I can't remember. But yeah, I did that. That is my favourite and my most project that I am most proud of the most. Yes, and my dad loved it as well. But obviously, it ended up coming back home with me when I finished it because I thought, just fitting, I'll just bring it back to where it belongs. Well, there you go. And that is my favourite, most proudest project up to date. Now I think that is it. I think, knowing me, when I go off I'll probably remember something. When I go off I'm not stinking. I don't know it is. Anyway, I'm just going to get going because I've kept you for long enough. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you've stuck with me for this long, I do apologise. And I do really admire you for staying with me for this long. If you've just popped in, that is fine. That is totally fine. I just want to say as well, thank you so much to the subscribers recently, because I know subscribers, it doesn't mean everything. It's not a case of, oh God, I need to get subscribers. I need to get some. I really need to get a lot of subscribers. But when you're putting your time and effort into the videos, it does mean a lot when you do gain the subscribers. And for a little while, it seemed to kind of really plummet. It really did plummet. But then it's actually started to go really back up again now. And I really do appreciate it. So if you've subscribed recently, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And you do not know how much it actually means to me. You don't realise how much it means. And that goes for every subscriber. I really do appreciate it. And all the likes, and I really do appreciate the comments. I'll get back to you, you know, I'll get back to people that do comment. I love the comments. I love having a chat to everyone and that as well. And if you are a Flosstuber yourself, or you're on Instagram, if I'm not already subscribed to you or on Instagram, please leave a comment below. Let me know what your YouTube or Instagram name is, and I shall have a look. If I'm not already subscribed, I shall subscribe to you, because I love watching Flosstube videos. I live for them. I finished watching all of Teresa Little Stitches videos. I've recently been watching, if I don't mention you all in this video, I'm really sorry, because there is a lot of Flosstubers out there. I'd love to give everyone a shout out at the same time, but obviously because there's a lot. But bearing in mind, I will get round to watching you, because I've got quite a few people at the minute. I've been watching some of Bendy Stitch and Michelle Garrett's videos. I've been watching some of Rachel Stitcher videos, Flosstube videos. She was on the retreat recently. I've started watching Michelle Gunn videos. I started watching some of her videos last night. I've been watching Amanda Panda Stitches videos, so yes, absolutely brilliant there. I love your videos as well, and I love the dogs, and the baby's so cute. Who else have I been watching? Yeah, I always I watch McKenna's videos, Lisa Stitches, sorry, videos. There's quite a few. There's other videos that I need to get round to as well. And like I said, if you do Flosstube videos as well, leave them in the comments. I'd love to get round to you. and thank you for watching, and I shall see you again soon. And thank you. If you've got anything else you want to say,
Subscribe to Croangel Gaming.
if you're a gamer.
If you're a gamer.
Yeah, you gonna wave? Yeah, that's my husband. Yeah. I'll see you again. Thank you for watching. Bye.